Hello, Mrs. Pack. Thank you very much for accepting our invitation for this interview in Euronews Albania.
Thank you.
Opening of negotiations has been stalling for the past 2 years because of the Bulgarian veto. Do you think that EU could have done more to solve this situation?
Yeah, first of all, we have to look back because it could have started if Mr. Macron would not have said no 2 years ago. In this time, Bulgaria was still in favor. Now we have the situation that Bulgaria is trying to obstruct it, or is obstructing it. And I don't think that there are really serious reasons. They are historical struggle, nationalistic struggle, a little bit like it was for over 20 years in Greece, and I think it should be overcome. But the situation in Bulgaria at this very moment is not even better than some times ago. We don't have still the new government, and I think it will be difficult. We have one problem in the European Union in this behalf, that we have to decide unanimously. And therefore, I hope very much that the Commission can convince Bulgaria to be in favor, yes, perhaps in this year still. Mm-hmm.
Berlin Initiative promised many investments, especially in infrastructure and more for creating a common economic market in the Balkans. But so far, little has happened. Are the EU countries failing to give more support to the Balkans?
I think the Balkan initiatives, which was created once by Mrs. Merkel, is great. But the results are only very good on paper. But in reality, they are lacking really a lot of facts. Not alone because the EU or the member states are not willing to do so, but the people who are running the countries in the region, they are not really willing to work together to make this internal market working in the region. I want to remind them the European Union could only starting by a market which was working together, which gave everybody in the region a chance to make trade. So that is something which is important, and I wish really that not only the Commission but also the different foreign ministries in the European Union are really interested to push the politicians to start at least to work for this common regional market.
What do you think of Open Balkans, which the Serbian, Albanian and North Macedonian leaders are promoting, but other Balkan countries have turned down? Isn't the EU integration and the Berlin Initiative enough for the Balkans?
For sure, it is not enough. And I think this idea, which is comprising only Albania and Serbia and North Macedonia, is excluding 3 others. And we cannot work in this region to exclude, to start with excluding. We should bring them together. This is the idea of the Berlin Initiative. And I do not understand that this open Balkans idea gets some support. But I think even the Commissioner and even Mr. Lajcak, they have said that is not the right way to do what is needed. Once again, coming back to the Berlin Initiative, this is what is needed, bringing all the 6 countries together, not excluding the neighboring countries. Albania has 2 other neighboring countries who are not in this. This is incredible. And Serbia has the other one. So I think it is a little bit a shame that they started this 3 big bosses to start such a thing. I think it's not fair. It is a shame for the thinking of these people. They do not think that they are a common region, that they have to work together for the interest of all citizens in all 6 countries.
Okay, let's talk now for the Albanian political situation. Democratic Party of Albania is a member of European People's Party, where you lead the women organization. Have you been following the developments within the Democratic Party lately?
Unfortunately, yes. Yes. Very closely. And I was ashamed. I was ashamed because it happened something which I could never understand. a foreign country, a friendly country, USA, they have named a person, a former politician in power now, no longer since 8 years not in power, has named him a persona non grata and his family without giving any evidence. And then, it is incredible, the ambassador of this country in Albania urged the leader of the party to kick this man out, this politician, out of the parliament. And if you really look what was going on, I remember the wording of this Mrs. Ambassador. She said it would be an historic irony, but also a tragedy for this country, not just the party, if the party were to eat grass for the sake of one man's personal interest. Can you imagine? These are the words of Enver Hoxha a long time ago against Russia. So I think this is something which I cannot understand, and I cannot allow myself to accept that an ambassador in a country has a playing political role. And I had not understood that the president of our sister party, DP, followed this without asking its people. He has a statute in his party. He should ask them what he should do. And I think there would have been another solution than he has found by his own.
Is the Democratic Party living up to the EPP standards? Do the action of the current democratic leadership interfere the Democratic Party women and Democratic Party youth?
For sure not. For sure not. This is the same what he did with Berisha. The same goes with his organizations. They are institutes, they are organizations, they have their statutes, they are working very well. And I myself am very close to the work of Albana Vokshi. She's working very hard, and she is working for the DP. She made an election campaign incredible for the DP. Unfortunately, they lost. But now the behaving of Mr. Basha, the leader of the DP, vis-à-vis the women or even vis-à-vis the youth, is not acceptable. It is all against all ours on their statutes.
And how do you see, or what is your comment about the movement of Mr. Berisha within the Democratic Party? It is wrapping the party, the Democratic Party.
I'm not here to judge any of these things. I'm judging here only on the existing rules, and the existing rules were not respected by the leader of the party and its followers. And if Mr. Berisha now tries to get support by its followers or by people of the DP who know them very long, and I don't think that they believe that Americans non grata verdict is really founded. So I think he has the right to defend himself because he was mistreated in kicking him out of the group of the DP in the parliament. So I cannot be against. I'm not in favor and not against. I think it is up to the members of the Democratic Party to find a solution. And having now lost the elections twice, I think not everything in this election was kosher, but I think the leader of the party should also think if he is not in one or another way guilty for this. So I hope very much that the Democratic Party, which I helped so long time, will stay together and work together for Albania, and therefore I hope that it will not break down, even if I understand that Berisha tries to find an answer to his question.
Is the European People's Party offering any advice or support at these difficult times for Democratic Albanian Party?
Yeah, if somebody is asking us, I think we will do it, but I don't think that they are interested now in much help from outside. We try to do it on our ways, and it is not a question which should always dealt in public. I'm very much involved in difficult discussions, and I am speaking with my friends, those who are thinking like me and those who are not thinking like me. But I think I am not partial. I'm in favor of the DP as I know it, and of Albania, which deserves a really functioning opposition.
And what you personally advise to the Democratic Party leadership?
Yeah, to make a convention and to solve the problems which are on the table.
Okay. Mrs. Pack, thank you very much for this interview. It was a pleasure.
Thank you very much.